Again, I'm Zombie Zora, welcome to the stream, hope you enjoy. We are now going to continue up to part 4 of Vampyr. Let's get it going! I almost thought I lost my save date then. I was like, what? Whoops. Sorry about that. Pressed the wrong button by mistake. Oh, okay. So we had just arrived in Whitechapel, if I recall correctly. And we've been moseying around, getting to know the place, etc, etc. Let's see. Which way do we want to go? We want to go out, don't we? We want to go out. We want to go out into the world and see what else is going on and what chaos has been brought into the area. You know, you guys, I've been playing a game that came out recently, a gacha game, Genshin Impact. A lot of people have been playing it recently. I started playing it way before I started, well, recording for you properly for YouTube. You know, these live streams at least. So I did consider kind of recording what I've done, but considering how much I've actually done in the game, there's not really any content I can actually show you guys because I've done so much. So all I would literally be doing would be running around, killing things, opening chests, and I could see that would just be boring for you guys to watch without any, you know, anything else that could be entertaining, so to speak. So that is partially why I chose Vampyr initially. Not only because, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad game. I'm enjoying it for what it is, as you can tell from the previous videos. Okay, that would be going back into the place. But hello, viewer. Nice of you to join me. Don't be scared to say hello. Okay, so what I was saying was, you know, I'm enjoying Vampyr. Kinda wish I decided to record Genshin Impact, but then again, everybody's probably doing it at the moment. Whether you're popular, you know, loads of subscribers, loads of viewers, or if you're a small channel like me, who's only just kind of setting out. This is going to be more of a hobby for me, admittedly. I know a lot of people say that, but it will be more of a hobby for me. I don't really have anything that I can actually put into the channel to improve it at the moment. So even if, you know, even if I wanted to be serious, I can't afford to.
Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
He's got quite an accent on him.
Do you need
I wonder
help,
what that's
sir?
from.
I only need you to purchase something from my shop, sir.
Okay. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your
I can
precious
agree.
Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
You gotta give it to her, actually, then. I mean, if she wanted to treat people for free, and you want to make you want to make money off of it, you're kind of a dick.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Okay.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing?
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Money, money, money. Okay, mate.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Again, okay. How's your life? Wait, that's the one I was doing. Okay, never mind. Personal questions. Let's see what you've got
Right then. Show me what you have.
Let's see. I don't have a whole lot of shillings, though. That's the problem. To be fair, I could find a lot of this. So nothing nothing new there.
I should never have
who's
taken
this
up
doing?
my father's business.
Oh, that's the guy you mentioned, isn't it?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some,
Yeah.
but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Wow. Rude.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't get sick.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Understandable. She doesn't want her patients getting hurt.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Yeah, gotta give it to you that then. I'd rather someone knock me in the face, rather than stab me in the
May I
back.
ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Do you enjoy bullying people, mate?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Wait, wasn't that the group that boy of that drunk guy was saying that he got accepted into? Because we delivered like the letter and crap like that. You are a criminal, sir.
You are a criminal who endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Oh, so they were close then. They were close then.
Goodbye, Mr.
They were
Peterson.
best friends. Okay. Let's go back to him. Let's see if that unlocked anything.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
No, I don't want to buy anything.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
Ouch.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Morning is never easy.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
No one has ever stood up.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the Wet Boot Boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Why not, I wonder? Hello?
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Let me
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
I'm stealing from the poor boy. Oh my goodness. Ooh, shimmer shimmer. Yoink. Before we do anything...
Even my dream with glue.
Let's have a nosy, shall we? Yes, I know, I'm a horrible person for looting the house. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does a lot of looting in video games. Oh, job refusal letter. Ooh, I know that feeling. Professional vampire hunters. Oh. No.
It's locked.
Okay, it's locked. Let's have a look. Wait. Wait, can I? Can you fast travel in this game? I'm assuming you can't. I'm assuming no. Slightly irritating, but what can you do? Because I'm in... Okay, so we're in Whitechapel. That was the hospital. We need to get back to the hospital at some point, I think. West End... Oh. Oh. Can I not zoom out more than this? And we're in Whitechapel at the moment, okay. I'm just reading at my own pace, if that's okay. If you guys do watch this later on, or you're watching now, you can always pause and read it for yourself. Unless you want me to start doing something, but I'm not going to do it with, say, long paragraphs like some of these. But where was... Right. There was a job refusal letter, but I'm assuming I technically can't read that. You know, they don't want to go into someone else's business, I suppose. I think I've looted this place anyway. Hello. Oh, shit. He's Joe's son. Okay, that makes sense. Oops.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Oof.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
I'm the same, to be fair.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
No, not really.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
I'm half tempted to kill him, I'm not gonna lie.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Again, I can understand
Forgive my
that.
bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
Oh. He wasn't even spoken to, okay.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Wow, okay. I feel... So, he's scared of going out. He's a sweet boy, though. Ah. But if I... Ah, that's a hard one. What do you think, everybody? Should I release Harry from his torment? Since his father pretty much says he is in the gang because of him. Harry can't go out, he's terrified. Should I just end the two? Should I just end the two? If I can.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched.
I would like for you guys to kind of put your comments down below, and we'll figure it out.
Will not protect you. For
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan
Oh,
Reed,
he's a
and I
kook.
just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
He's a kook!
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
I've been touched by God's grace. I am perfectly healthy.
Don't get me wrong, I don't judge religious individuals. They're allowed to believe what they want. But the extremists...
Do you know Nurse
Yeah,
Dorothy
no.
Crane from the
Just no.
Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
What's that meant to mean?
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So he's sexist then, basically. I understand things back then were different, but this guy's a douche.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden
He's a
truth.
kook.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled
I'm just
in a world of
double-checking if
causes
there's
and
another option.
consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am
Well,
listening.
I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
You mean Skull?
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
So... burn them at the stake? Is that what he's saying?
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Science and progress are our only hope against the monstrosity hidden behind this epidemic.
See, Doctor? Now you acknowledge the presence of evil within the city's walls. Now you start to admit the truth.
He is such a douchebag! Oh, and I failed the hint. And I can't do it again. Oh, I hate this guy! I hate this... I don't like him.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Can I eat you? I want to feed off him.
Time will come when you will all be judged for your sins. Even now, he judges your words and actions.
Like, I respect religion, but it's the preachy religious nuts that I can't stand. There's a skull somewhere. There he is. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Oh, okay. Move. Okay, so I can just focus on this guy now. Ow, ow, ow! Crap. Nom nom! Ah, no! Douchebag! No! No! Get off! Oh. I hate these things. Okay. Can I go through there? No. Okay. I suppose. By the way, could you hear that in back in the distance? Wait, can we go through it? I hear a voice. Okay, so I can go through there, it seems. Okay, a father, maybe?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Okay.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
Oh, I don't know about that!
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Not afraid of the epidemic?
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
I guess.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
My mother loved poetry. Perhaps your words would have touched her sensitive nature. I only see a dreadful disease.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it is a little morbid?
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
I almost thought he was talking about a possible corpse there for a moment.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Well, yes, but...
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
I don't
I'll
like
leave
this
you alone,
guy.
sir.
He likes the epidemic too much. Oh, there's that Camilla woman. The one he was just talking about. Okay. Hey, Camilla! Camilla! Left.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh.
I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
Talk about talking to a doll?
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Very well. Goodbye.
She really doesn't talk. She acts like a corpse. Okay. I've probably just gone back on myself a bit, haven't I? Oh, there's a man over here. Hello, sir. You don't look so good.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I thought that would be a good idea.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Understandably.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
I mean, he seems nice. Right, I'm gonna check Camilla because I never offered
Hello again.
to give her.
You don't seem to need my medical attention for now.
Fine.
Very well. Goodbye then.
She's an odd one. She really is. Also, why are these flowers? Huh. Hello? Hey, Camellia! Come back!
Hello again, miss. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary.
She still doesn't speak.
A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye then.
Wow, she's a tough cookie. I'll be honest, I can't say I'm the same. I mean, I like to think I'm somewhat tough, but I'm not a mute. I'd probably eventually talk. Not that I'm proud of that, but unknown woman around the corner.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right
Wow.
then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
You open your mouth too much,
Do
love.
you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I'm shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Yeah?
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
A little bit rude.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why the skepticism?
Why the skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Pretty blunt.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Understandably.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Okay.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
She seems quite honest, to be fair. I suppose you could say I like her. She works hard considering the circumstances and, you know, the type of job she's had to take on for herself. I know that's not all the people. Investigate citizens' actions. What? That's Harry.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I still. Ugh.
I have this thirst for blood.
Sends shivers down my spine, I'm not gonna lie.
This
Ugh.
is despicable.
Wait, there's another one? There it is. Thank you!
I have this thirst for blood.
Well, there's a crying baby. So he's in here.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Okay, he's got bronchitis, so he's quite ill. There's the smell of blood around her. Am I able to get through?
There's no one in.
Because I can't go through that way. It's her!
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
He's got fresh... She's got fresh blood on her apron.
It's locked. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Yeah, because I've already spoken to them about other things before. Okay, fair enough.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way? This is some trickery.
You are blinded by your false faith.
Good evening, Doctor.
Imprisoned by
Can I
your
help you?
evil teeth.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
A nurse I know is compromised.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives?
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
That's strange.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Right. So now I've just got to find Richard Nethercott, who we spoke to before, oddly enough. because he was that creep in the graveyard. So he does have family.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Edits of refusal letter. Damn, I didn't grab it in time.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Let's have a nosy, see if anything else has come up first.
Did you know the Mute Florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nithercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I mean, he seems nice.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives
Creepy.
in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Okay, that's different.
I'll leave you alone, sir. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
There's an edit or refusal letter, though, which should be something to do with, that journalist, I'm assuming. Where is he?
Imprisoned by your daily routine.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Or not?
Goodbye, Mr. Darling.
Strange.
Farewell.
Or is it to do with
Prefer not to give you another
Richard?
beating, Barrett.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Yeah, no.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see, Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Thank you. Let's have a nosy around this place. Hello. Thank you. to talk to you.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Fair enough.
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor? It must be my lucky day.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Oh. Mad respect.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever, too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Ha! He got put in his place.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife.
Oh, that's
Doctor,
what I've just
but
done.
I'm
Sorry,
almost
guys.
Convinced Camellia
Sorry.
is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Okay.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
That is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Oh.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
He seems like a nice man.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
He does. He seems like a nice man. some people. Dorothy. They're suffering. Is he even dead? Seems like she's trying hard, huh? Gotta give her respect, to be fair, if she is doing this to try and save people for free. Letter to Nurse Crane. One moment.
He's going into...
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
Oh, no!
Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest?
Excuse me.
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
You are but a nurse. He is a doctor. Do as he says! Oh!
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
Let me finish alone.
Yes. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
We're gonna have to bite him, aren't we? I don't know what impephrine is.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes,
Epinephrine, that's
Doctor.
it. I'm assuming dead.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
He was gonna die regardless, wasn't he? Or could I have saved him? If I could have saved him now, I'm gonna be peeved.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. To what do I owe this courtesy?
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
This is an unfitting place for the illustrious Dr. Reed. You shouldn't be here.
And why am I not allowed here?
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Okay.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
No! I don't want to kill her because she's doing well for those that can't do well for themselves. So for me, it's either spare or charm. I don't want to embrace her because I know that'll kill her. You'll forget about all this.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Did I do the right thing? I've got new character. What? Oh, shh. What was that? Whoa! Ah!
Oh, Christ! Murdering bastard!
I know you are. They did nothing to you. Shit.
He's done for!
What?
Watch out for them too!
Ah! Ah! What happened? Wait, the old man.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Oh, he's all right. He's okay.
Yes?
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
I can hear rats, but I don't see any. Right. So I've got to get back. Did I do the right thing? That's the question.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I don't have the money.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
I recall. Let's talk to him again if we can. See if he's got anything
How are you,
new
boy?
to say.
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need
Still
assistance?
rude.
I'm all right, but if you fancy giving me the medication, I can put it to good use.
Goodbye, young man.
Okay. So nothing new, basically.
It's locked.
Okay.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
A rogue skull.
What's it? He's a killer!
Should I leave them to die?
Kill him, boy!
Oh, fuck. 2 bosses.
Let's see how it likes a bit of fire! Crush the leech, boys!
Oh, what the hell is that?
Die, vermin! The leech has leaped! Fight for Burn it, boy! Die, vermin!
Might have to get rid of the ranged guy first, really. Ah! Ah, come on! Okay, that's one boss boy down.
Crush the leech, boys!
Wow. I hate these fire dudes. Douchebags. Skulls. Too many of them. What's in here? There we go. Abandoned investment property. Okay.
I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked, all right.
Someone around? So wait, do I go down here? I'm assuming so. Oh, he's one of them. He's not anymore. This dude was lucky to survive. Holy cow.
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent, but those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages.
Fucking racist!
You had better return to Whitechapel without delay. It will be safer there.
Safety isn't really an issue in Whitechapel, because you never are. Never have been. The old place is falling to pieces. But thank you for the advice, sir.
I don't like him. I wish I didn't save him now. But then again, I didn't know he was going to turn out to be a racist butthole.
This is despicable.
You're right, it is. No harm in double checking. Make sure you don't leave anything behind. Oh.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Sadly, I need the blood. Seems like with games like this, you have to know to pick your fights. If you know you can't win, do it another time. Two that I see. 3, 4. I might be able to take these guys on. Might not be easy though. guys! Woo! Maybe I'm getting slightly better than I give myself credit for. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Oh. No, we're not going back there. We need to get back to Lady Ashbury. How's Gwyneth?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Okay, that's good. I suppose.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Let's talk to these two as well. Might as well. Can I even talk to them at the moment?
It's locked.
They're arguing in a place that I can't get to. Okay.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbs.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Ooh, dear colleague. Ooh, fancy.
Goodbye,
You're
Dr.
lovely, Doctor, but ooh, fancy. You know, fancy. Because people like fancy, don't they?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm fine, Doc. Physically, at least.
Okay.
But I would give everything to be in a better place right now.
Okay, so you don't need looking after
I'd like
now.
to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Is it really? I don't think it is. Oh shit! She killed him.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Oh!
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
Shit!
Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who
We messed up,
My
didn't
lady,
we?
the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
50
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
About me? Why was I looking
I don't
at?
understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
What do you mean?
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Okay.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
Fair enough, I suppose.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Ekon?
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
That's confusing.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
Okay.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
I keep hearing things, sorry.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely, it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Okay.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Interesting.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Okay.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
I like that.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Huh. She's very
I bid you farewell.
different.
For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
She's a definite unique character, if I like to admittedly say. Let's see if I can talk to her.
Good evening, Miss Halcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Okay. Thomas Elwood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much.
I've
He's
probably
the only
asked this
mortal
in a
I
previous episode, so
find
if I'm
interesting.
repeating content, I apologize. Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Okay.
But the suffering continues.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Disgust on every street corner.
These nurses.
I still don't like this one.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll
Worst
talk again
part
later.
is I can't do anything about him.
Someone's poached my blanket. Oh, the cold will be my death.
Can't talk to you, annoyingly.
Damn.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me. Your darkest thoughts in your...
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
What's Tibbets?
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Ah!
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
I'm
Dr.
not
Reed,
used to...
any good news to share?
I'm used
Goodbye,
to clicking quickly. I'm not used to just... You know, I'm not used to it going from one to the next sort of thing. Why is it not letting me talk to him? Oh, there we go.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Still as rude as usual then. Well, nothing
Thank you for
new
your
has
time.
popped up with him.
We'll talk later.
Probably won't for a while.
Don't waste your time with
Wait,
me.
where's the mom?
Knew the
Oh,
words
there.
to calm the children, Ellen.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Nothing new.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Wait.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right
What's
now.
with her hair?
I'm fine, thank you.
Goodbye, Mrs.
Maybe
Goswick.
it's just the... I don't know.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
Thank you, Dr. Reed, but you've done enough already. The rest is up to me now.
Okay. Anything new? No.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Anything new? No. pretty
Goodbye
much.
for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
There was the death of the wife, but I do remember we've already asked him about that. So, it's not really important there. Who's... Did you guys hear that too? That groaning? Weird. Actually, you know what? Yoink. Yeah, that! There's another doctor I haven't spoken to. I know there is. No, not that way. That's still locked, annoyingly. There's a doctor at the back I need to talk to, probably.
Not now.
Rude! There he is. But...
I cannot enter.
Oh, can't you? Why is that? Can't you break the door down? Sorry, that's a bit much of me, isn't it? Oh, goodness. The dead unknown guy. Okay, let's analyze. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to make at least one of those. I can make one for pneumonia. Can't make for bronchitis. Oh, I can upgrade weaponry. Cure for pneumonia.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
You should, but for now... Okay, the dogs... I will... eventually? Let's talk to this guy. See if anything new
Good
is
evening,
in him.
Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of
Let's
course.
see what I can get from
It's
him.
just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Okay, so... Right. Oh, hello! Oh, more opium.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, so... Because the reason why I put the mark there is... I want to see if I can find... some people, those people that were in the first place I came to before here. I'm very curious on... Oh, hello. Ow. Douchebag. Oh, of course, yeah. Ding. Forgot about that. I'll stop. It's stable here, apparently. Cover letter? As in like a cover letter for a job? Hey, an unknown dude. What the hell are you doing with a gun?
That's what the idiot had to say.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name?
Rude.
Name's Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember him.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
Basically, he can't kill him.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me.
Oh.
All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Oh, so you're a douchebag.
What
Okay.
can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really?
Oh.
You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Uh-huh.
Do you need medical help, sir?
I feel fine, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
You're still a douchebag, by the way, bro.
It's locked.
I hear a crying baby.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this garden.
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for our... well, for your orders.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
Oh, okay.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite a
You're
blunt
quite
woman.
blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever.
That is messed up.
Hey, since you're a doctor and all,
Very
maybe you
messed
can
up.
access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Why would I want to... Why would I want any involvement in that?
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything you wanted from him, both inside and outside the bedroom.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good.
More ways than one.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Okay.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
Hey!
Pleasure, sir.
Where'd you
It's been
go?
a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
Oh. I wanted to trade.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
I want to see what she's got to trade.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Mostly weapons stuff. Okay.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts would be running completely amok.
I have this thirst for blood.
Right. I want to get in there, so... Okay, I thought I'd unlocked this one already, but I suppose not. Just double checking. Okay, let's do this, and then I'm gonna call it. Let's see. Let me think. Rage, lose control. Okay, that should do. What's it like for this one? I think I'll make a blood. I think I'll get the blood barrier. Let's see. Okie dokie. The following night. Woo! Oh. Was it anyone I knew that vanished? What happened to them? Wait, what? Fatigue, fatigue. Okay, a lot of coming down with fatigue. He's got a headache, but I don't have a treatment for headaches. Okay, so with that, I am going to end it here. I hope you've all enjoyed the stream, and I look forward until next time that we can be together. So, bye guys. It's been fun.